Bruh. That is... Did they sneak onto the film set of 1917 to make that happen? Nah, I didn't know that IC3PEAK's back, man. I didn't know that. Let's find out right now. What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing, man? I thought they're in jail, kinda. Oh. Dimitri. Fuck yeah, Dimitri. Out in the chat. Shout out to him, bro. Just brought to my attention that there's new IC3PEAK. New IC3PEAK going on. Let's see what the fuck this means. As far as it's called Boohoo. They already put the little titles in there. Shit, dude. I don't know if I'm ready for this. So IC3PEAK, man. IC3PEAK. IC3PEAK is the people coming from the Russian Confederation, from what I can tell. They were very open about how they felt about the government, about the situation that they were in, about the tight hold that they feel making music or being at least somewhat creative in a very muted land, if you will. And the way that they have done that, not in English, but it still comes across with this very, very, very poignant. It comes with like this very in your face. You don't understand the words if you only speak English, but you understand exactly the intent of what they're trying to say. You're really coming into it if you've listened to any of their other music, if you've heard any of that. Going into this right now, apparently they even had a fucking song 2 months ago, so I'm way behind on all of this. But we're about to jump into it. Holy fucking shit. Boo-hoo. IC3PEAK. It's been way too fucking long. Way too fucking long. Holy shit. Further ado, back from some type of government lockdown, if you will. We have a new song from IC3PEAK. This is Boohoo. IC3PEAK is clearly they're this duo from Russia. They were very vocal about how they felt about their situation. They've been arrested, as it seems. Every show that they would do, they would announce the fucking location, time, like 20 minutes before the show. They would just say the city that they're in, and the fucking cops would already be there. They had reports of like they couldn't even take like public transportation because like literally people from the government were just stalking them, more or less. The radicalization of like that whole thing trying to be brought across through music, and now their return, and you just automatically, if you don't even know what they're saying, you see the talent, you hear the talent, you see the vision. They have such a refined purpose for what they're doing, and it's some of the best art right now that's clearly being suppressed, that isn't fucking right. But regardless, you gotta show respect just to the musical talent, even if you don't know what the fuck's going on. This is like a very clear vision being put forth and done masterfully. Like the vision of this imagery is insane, man. This is a cool ass video. Even like the whole foreshadowing with so it's a song about violence in the family, childhood horrors. Okay. See, I was like thinking too, because it's interesting how you had like the younger version of her playing with these like voodoo dolls of themselves, like more or less these dolls, and she like shows the knife and she's attacking the guy, and then later on in the video you see the girl and she's kind of directly talking to the camera, almost like possessed in a way or hypnotized, like she actually did what she didn't want to do, if that makes sense. But thank you, Dimitri, for one, pointing this whole thing out, but two, bringing in some insight, because I don't speak Russian. But yeah, they've been back, and I'm just slow, man. Thank you again, Dimitri. But the whole like cultural topics and like fearlessness that they show in their music and in their writing to just talk about the things that people kind of get uncomfortable about in some senses. It's flawless. It's really flawless because it's coming from the heart, and it's coming from something that they're passionate about every single time. And that like purity in their voices, the purity in their music making is one of those things where you can't hate on it, because it's so raw and authentic and is so goddamn unique. Their aesthetic, just the way that they express themselves. It's fucking so interesting to me, coming from like a very, very, very bleak Western culture sometimes. This is marching. Like the statement that they make, man. The statements that they make with their fucking visuals, dude. And like obviously, if I could pull some subtitles up, it would be in it. You know what I mean? It'd be in it to win it. And I just put them on. So who is out there in the streets besides the cold is one of the fucking coolest pieces of imagery I've ever read. Like that is some shit. It's about the past and present in Russia. That makes sense. I've heard it's cold, both past and present. Probably the future too. Don't expect that place to warm up any soon. But regardless, that's a fucking amazing way to say that. Like just to make that sentence and formulate those words in that succession, like done. Sign me the fuck up. Every young man, Dmitry says, is obligated to join the army in Russia. So that explains the child, and what seems to be his mother. You know what I mean? Like, kind of looking over him a little bit, overprotective. Gone to the film set of 1917 to make that happen? How the fuck are they shooting this? Some of the coolest fucking cinematics I've seen in a music video. Not just this year, just in a long time. Right. Thank you, Dmitry, in the chat for pointing this out to us. Because, like I said, I was sleeping. I wasn't aware. But IC3PEAK, thank you for coming back. Thank you for being safe. So glad to hear from you. We're looking forward to all of the new stuff, everything in the future. You need to keep doing what you're doing because you're so important, not only to what I would assume the country of Russia, but two, you're just important to music. Because the way that you are expressing, the way that you are working out, the words that you are doing, like everything that you are doing right now is exactly what I think you should be doing if this is how you feel. If you are feeling that strongly about these topics and you feel like you've got to be the mouthpiece to vocalize them, I think you should be as well. But again, I'm just a dumb guy in America who doesn't really know much. So thank you so much. Follow me on Twitter at YoGarrett, YOGRTT. Instagram as well. Now in rotation on those two platforms as well. Take care of yourselves, and that is all, folks.